Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to University Synagogue. My name is Barry Letz, and I am one of 3 rabbis here today. Must be a very important person sitting on the bima. And a cantor. 3 rabbis and a cantor, no waiting. We're here to celebrate that young man sitting right up there. And we're all delighted to be here. I just wanted to say a few words to prepare you for today. Simon's big job this morning is to lead us in worship as an indication of the stage he has reached in his life. Becoming a bar mitzvah is about beginning to take on responsibilities as an adult member of the Jewish community, and one of those is the ability to lead us in worship. And Simon is going to do that for us this morning, but in order for him to do that, he needs all of you to participate with him. So, right in front of you, some of you have already pulled it out, is a Siddur, this thinner blue book. And inside you will find Hebrew, you will find translations of the Hebrew underneath the Hebrew, and on the left side of the page, interpretive readings, and most importantly, also transliterations. So if your Hebrew's a little rusty, or you're not used to reading in Hebrew, you can still read along with us and participate with us. All of that is quite important because you are here, of course, in support and because you love that young man sitting up there, and let him know you're here by raising your voices and joining together with him as we all join together in worship here this morning.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm Cantor Shapiro, and I'm going to be singing a lot this morning, but there's a reason that I'm singing. In our Jewish tradition, all of our prayers are meant to be elevated through song. How do we do that even more is not by just me singing by myself, but I invite you please to join me in all of our prayer as we sing together. And we'll begin on page 10 with Hine Ma Tov, how good it is and how pleasant that we can be here together.
Ga
If you'll turn in your prayer books to page 170.
May my life be one link in a chain of goodness. As I say the prayers of my ancestors, help me to recall their devotion and faithfulness, their joy and suffering, which are in every word. Holiness is my heritage. May I be worthy of it. May our tradition live in me and pass from me to generations I shall never know, enriched by the truth that I have found and the good deeds I have done. So may I fulfill my task on earth and receive my blessing. And when the service ends and the prayers have ceased, help me to bring their spirit into the world in which I live. May I love God above all and my neighbor as myself, and be a living witness to the truth that never changes.
So Simon, there are many symbols in this day of where you are, of what you have achieved. And one of the important ones is a talit, which, as you know, has on its corners these fringes that have been wrapped and tied in a very special way to remind us when we put, do you know about tying a string around your finger so you don't forget? Have you ever heard that phrase before? So when we sit in synagogue and we wrap this string around our fingers, there it is, all these knots and wraps to remind us of the mitzvot. That's what they're there for, to remind us of the commandments, of our obligations to make the world a better place, which is what you begin to do today, which you have already been doing. So we now continue as you receive your talit.
As I wrap myself in the talit, I fulfill the mitzvah of my Creator. Bless Adonai, O my soul, Adonai my God, how great you are. You are robed in glory and majesty, wrapping yourself in light as in a garment, spreading forth the heavens like a curtain. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahitatef batzitzit.
Give a hug to your parents.
So here at University Synagogue, we have a tradition, a program called our Golden Kippah program. And in this program, when one studies for his or her B'nai Mitzvah, they do a lot, right? You've done a lot, right? Yeah, it's been just a few days or a few months? Months and years. But as one really starts to prepare for one's bar mitzvah, you can do a little extra. Read a little bit more, study a little bit more, and do a little bit more for this world. And in doing so, Simon, you have earned your Golden Kippah. And in doing this, Simon had to do a number of things, and then he had to write about it. And you said such beautiful words that you read some important books in which you really, truly connected deeper to our tradition, that you helped make peace where there was strife. And one of the things that you wrote about is that a few weeks ago, you and me and your mom and a few other people in this room, we traveled up to Sacramento to try and truly make peace, not just in our community, but peace within this state and peace within the larger country. And when you were up there, you got on the plane and you were studying your Torah portion and your Haftorah portion. But the moment we got to the Capitol, you put that away and you took a deep breath and you spoke truth to power. And you spoke to some of the most influential people in our state. And you learned that making our voices heard is one of the most important things we can do. That it's not only about studying the words of our tradition, but it's about living the words of our tradition. And with that in mind, we are so honored to present you with your Golden Kippah. Now, we know that we're not just presenting it to you for what you have done, but we're presenting it to you for what you are going to be doing. That you're going to continue to read, that you're going to continue to study the words of our tradition, and that you're going to continue to speak truth to power. Because a bar mitzvah is not just a culmination of years of study. It's really the beginning of an entire life. So we want you to read more, we want you to study more, and we want you to continue to speak truth to power and to truly present your Judaism to make good where there is difficult times. So although your hair is beautifully done, I'm going to gently take this off and easily put this on. And we hope that you never take this off. Well, I mean, you can go to bed. But every time you come in here or any house of worship, to put that on and to remind yourself of this amazing opportunity. Now we're going to continue in our service. We're going to invite up your parents, Julie and Steve, to come up and offer you a blessing.
Simon, growing up in our house has not always been easy. It's loud, it's crowded, sometimes a little crazy. A stress-inducing situation for even the calmest of us. You successfully maneuver the chaos, though, all while dribbling a soccer ball through the house. Over the years, you've risen to the task of being the younger brother and older brother beautifully. We're very proud of the person that you are and the person you're becoming. On this day of your bar mitzvah, we have special hopes for you.
Gotta put my glasses on. Simon, we hope you'll continue to be an independent thinker, regardless of the temptations that you will encounter. You possess an innate understanding of right and wrong. Don't let others sway you from what you know to be right, and have the courage to stand up for your beliefs. Continue to be interested in everything. Be curious, explore, be adventurous, and drink in everything. And take a breath every so often. It's okay to just have fun.
We hope that you'll use your talents to do something remarkable, so you'll make a difference. You'll find that the world is not always a fair place, but you should do what you can to make it better. Make a difference. Don't sit back and watch. Go for it. Take risks. Be involved. Help other people. Help this planet.
We hope that you will not lose sight of your dreams while you strive to help others. Choose to do what you love, so you'll always love what you do. Life is about making choices. May you have the courage and good judgment to make good choices in your life. May you not just be smart, but become wise.
We hope that you'll always remember you're part of a wonderful heritage that's been passed down from generation to generation for thousands of years. You're connected to the Jewish people, to God, and to Torah. You need the Jewish community, and the Jewish community needs you, not as a member or a follower, but as a leader.
Come closer. Most of all, we hope that you always know that no matter what problems you face, you'll always have the help, the support, and the love of us and those guys sitting right there. You have brought more joy and happiness to us, Simon, than you'll ever know, just in being yourself and giving us the pleasure of watching you blossom into the young man who stands here today. May you never forget how much we love you.
That was beautiful.
You'll turn in your prayer books now to page 195. And please rise as we join together in the Baruch Hu.
La
Please be seated. We continue on page 196.
The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes, more welcome than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give this morning, my Torah. My special human gift is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer Hamarot.
Page 198.
Ahava Rabba Ahavtanu Adonai Eloheinu Chemla Gedola V'Torah Chamalta תלמדם חוקי חיים, כן תכוננו ותלמדנו, כן תכוננו ותלמדנו, אהבה רבה אהבתנו אדוני אלוהינו חמלה גדולה וטרור חמלת עלינו חמלה גדולה וטרור חמלת עלינו.
Continue on page 200. Ask that you rise for the Shema. Open your arms. There we go.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. I invite you to continue with Simon on page 201 as he leads us in the Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך, בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 203.
Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Continue on page 204 with our song of freedom, Mi Chamocha. On the next page, we continue with a section of our prayers that is so central to our worship that they are simply called the tefillah, the prayer. All together, these 7 prayers are called the tefillah. Simon will lead us in the first 2 of them. We'll begin on page 205 and continue on 206, 207, and 208, respectively. I'll ask that you please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agit hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor veHanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Hastea Vovimahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'nehem, Lemon Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Oseh U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah, Rav LeYoshia, Morid Hatah, Mechakel Hayim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Berofei Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umakayem Emunato Lishenei Afa Michamocha Ba'al Givurot Umidom Melach Melech Memit Umechayem Umatmiya Yeshua V'ne'eman atah lecha hayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh hakol.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה על זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו, אדיר אדירנו, אדוני אדוננו, אדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, בשבחך אלוהינו, מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. And we continue on page 211, giving thanks for the wonderful gift of Shabbat.
ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. מקדשי מקדשי שביעי שבת, כולם ישבעו ויתנגמתו בך שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו שבת, חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. זכר למעשה בראשית שבת, זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת.
Page 212.
On this Shabbat day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others. Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults, and grant us the wisdom to be forgiving of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves and the charity to see the best in those around us. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith enough to know your presence, a source of blessing. Look with favor upon us. May our offerings be acceptable to you. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otacha
Levadecha b'yirah na'avod. Amen. Page 214.
We're going to ask you to join us in a few Hebrew words as we respond to these two wonderful people. And so I'll ask you to repeat after me. Modim.
Modim.
Anachnu.
Anachnu.
Lach.
Lach.
And that means we give thanks. What a wonderful thing to do as we join here on this beautiful and special morning.
For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations.
Modim
Modim
anachnu
anachnu
lach.
lach.
For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons.
Modim anachnu lach.
For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements.
Modim anachnu lach.
For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression.
Modim anachnu lach.
For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared.
Modim anachnu lach.
For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom.
Modim anachnu lach.
For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose.
Modim anachnu lach.
We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds.
Baruch
atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, ulecha na'eh lehodot. In addition to joining together in the prayers of our Siddur, Shabbat offers us the opportunity to take a few moments for ourselves, some time for self-reflection. And so I invite you to take a few moments now for silent prayer. So imagine for a moment being Moses. Imagine being Moses at the end of his time with his people, the people he has been leading through the wilderness for 40 years. He stood for them in front of Pharaoh, led them through the plagues, led them out of Egypt, went up on Sinai to receive the Torah for them, and now here he is, his time with his people coming to an end. So if you were him, if you were Moses, at the end of your time, after all this time, what is it exactly that you would tell the Israelites? What is it that you would share with them that you'd want them to know? This is where we are in our annual cycle of the reading of the Torah. We are in the midst of the book of Deuteronomy, thought of as Moses' last words to the Israelites before they cross over into the promised land. And he, of course, will not join them as he has come to the end of his life. So what would you tell them? Certainly about how they got to this place, because they haven't been there for the entire journey. And you'd probably want to leave them with some words of wisdom as well about how they can succeed in this new land to which they are going. Rules for the road, as it were. Expectations. Caring for, loving, and supporting each other. This morning, in just a little bit, Simon will be sharing with us some of the particulars of Moses' words to the Israelites. But now, as we prepare to turn to the Torah service, I would like to invite up Simon's aunts, Elaine Wolf, Nicole Westheimer, and Katie Firth, to open the Ark for us. Invite you to turn in your Siddurim, your prayer books, to page 248, and to please rise as we approach the Ark.
Al Shosha Devarim, Al Shosha Devarim, Al Shosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omer. Al Shosha Devarim, Al Shosha Devarim, Al Shosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omer. Al HaTorah, Al Havodah, Al Gemilut Chasadim. Al HaTorah, Al Havodah, Al Gemilut Chasadim.
Simon, this is your moment at Sinai, as it were, your moment to receive the Torah. Now, there's lots of ways that you could have received the Torah. I could have just said, hey, Simon, would you go to the Ark, please, and get the Torah for us? I could hand it to you myself. But most appropriately, you receive the Torah as yours this way, from your family, from the generations of your family who have passed Torah one to the other, so that you could be here at this exact moment to receive the Torah from them. In fact, we could imagine a line of your family extending generation after generation, perhaps all the way back to Sinai when we first received Torah at Sinai. All of them passing it along so that you could be here at this moment to receive the Torah for all of them, from all of them. So this becomes now, Simon, your Torah to carry on your shoulders, to carry in your heart, to carry forward in your life, as you have already shown us and exemplified through your acts that you are prepared to do, to carry Torah forward and someday, God willing, pass it on to another generation. So we pass the Torah to you now as it has rightly become yours to carry forward in your life today from the generation of your grandparents and to your parents who have the great blessing of passing the Torah to you.
Netzach
Torah le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadlu Adonai iti, uneromema shemo yachdav. Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'havod. Ki hu b'shamayim ובארץ, כי חוב השמיים ובארץ. לך אדוני הפעם לך, וימית נעשה לכל ראש. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו. רוממו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו. רוממו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו. רוממו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו.
You may be seated. We have a number of honors this morning as we invite family and friends up to the Torah as Simon and his family reads from the Torah. But before we do so, we would love to hear from Simon your words about this Torah portion on this Shabbat.
My Torah portion is Re'eh, which is in the book of Deuteronomy, the last book in the Torah. In my Torah portion, Moses is giving his last speech to the Israelites before they enter this brand new land. He's giving this speech because he knows that he will not be able to continue on with them. Moses says that the Israelites need to follow the rules he is about to tell them very carefully. He tells them that if they follow the commandments from God, they will be blessed. And if not, they will suffer from crazy curses. These commandments include laws about how to do sacrifices, setting aside a portion of what you have for others, how to treat slaves, setting aside a tenth of one produce for the stranger, fatherless, and widow, as well as laws about keeping kosher. The main thing that I found interesting in my Torah portion was the commandments in which God commands the people of Israel that when they enter the land, they should destroy all idolatrous altars, and they should worship only at the places designated by God. God even tells the Israelites to tear down the altars, smash the pillars, put the sacred post to the fire, and cut down the images of the gods that they find in this new land. This means the Israelites would be taking the land from the people who had already settled there. This commandment makes me think that God is selfish, maybe even closed-minded, because God does not want them to think that any other God is better. Maybe God wants them to think that God is the only God, and they should never worship any other God. This is what I first thought. When I thought about it some more, I realized that clearly these laws were to protect the Israelites, and it makes sense that God would want to protect God's treasured people. Maybe this idea does not have to be taken so literally today, as we don't want to go around being closed-minded or destroying things that are important to other people. In thinking about what we can learn from this, I can understand why having strict laws would be important. Without all the laws, maybe all the hard work for freedom would be for nothing, because the community would fall apart. This was also important to protect the faith of the religion, because they're about to lose their leader, Moses, who had direct communication with God since they were in Egypt. There are different ways today to protect the religion. Instead of destroying or saying bad things about other religions, there could be a positive way about thinking about this. If we focus on advocating for the positive parts of our religion, like Tikkun Olam, and how much of a family the Jewish community is, people will be interested in staying Jewish, even though there are a lot of other options around us. I learned more about the positive aspects of Judaism through the Golden Keeper program. Through this program, I learned about how close Jews got during World War II, and about how Tikkun Olam, through working on my Mitzvah project, which was involved with raising awareness for anxiety. Being open-minded but confident in our beliefs might actually be better for the future of Judaism.
So as Simon reads for us today, and as family reads the Torah portion for us today, let us keep those words in mind as we hear the beautiful words of Torah. Every time we read Torah, we invite up family and friends to offer the blessing before and after the reading. So we will begin this morning, Simon, by inviting up your grandparents, Joe and Janet, to offer the first blessing of Torah.
Ready? Baruch et Adonai Hamavorah.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamavorah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'karkabanu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torah. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Re Anohi noten livnehem hayom bercha uklala taberacha asher tishmeu el mitzvot Adonai Elhechem asher Anohi metzaveh etchem hayom v'hakalala im lo tishmeu el mitzvot Adonai Elhechem v'sartem min haderek asher Anohi metzaveh etchem hayom lalehet ahari Elohim aherim asher lo yidatem.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah et met. V'hai yehu olam nata b'treinu nu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. For our second aliyah, we invite up Simon, your great aunts and uncle, Jay Shapira, Phyllis Shapira, David and Jean Plessett. Start 1, 2, 3. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Bechaya ki yiviacha Adonai Elohecha el haaretz asher ata bashama l'rishta v'natata et haberacha al har geritzim, ve'atak al Allah, al har evo, halo heimach, be'ever hayarden, ahare derech, mevot hashemesh, be'er takana ani, hayoshev, ba'arava, mu hagilagal, eitzel elonei more, ki atem orimet hayarden, lavo lareset et haaretz, asher Adonai elchechem notein lachem, v'rishtem otah, v'shavtem ba.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natan v'ketenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen. For the honor of our third Aliyah, Simon, we invite up your uncles, Michael and Jeffrey Westheimer, and Jonathan and Douglas Bank for our third Aliyah.
Baruch atah Adonai Hamorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Ushmartem la'asot et kol hokim ve'atam mishpatim asher anohi notein lifnechem hayom ele hahukim ve'hamishpatim asher tishmaron la'asot ba'aretz asher natan Adonai Elohei avotecha lecha lerishta kol hayamim asher atem hayim al ha'adama abeta abedun et kol hamakom asher avdu sham haguim asher atem yorshim otam et Elohechem al hecharim haramim ve'al hagvaot ve'tahat kol eitz ra'anan.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam notah b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
For the honor of our fourth Aliyah, we invite up dear family friends, Sarah, Michael, and Mira Chaskis.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. V'nitatztem et mitzvehotam, v'shibartem et mitzvotam, v'asherehem tishrefun ba'esh, ufsilei lehechem ta'agedun, ve'ibaretem et shamam, min hamakom hahu, lo ta'asun kein, la'adonai Elohechem, ki imel hamakom, asher yivhar Adonai Elohechem mikol shiftechem lasun et shamo sham lashikno tidreshu uvahata shama.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nota betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. For the honor of the fifth Aliyah, we invite up family friends, Julie Bell and Sydney Bell, and we're going to give Simon an opportunity to rest as we invite up another Torah reader.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorak.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorak le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorak le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. V'habetem shama olotechem v'zivchehem v'ait maserotechem v'ait truma yedchem v'didrehem v'nidvotechem u'v'karopakarachem v'zonechem v'akaltam sham lifnei Adonai Elohechem v'sometem Bakol mishla yedchem atem uvatachem asher barachecha Adonai Elohecha lo ta'asun kol asher anaknu osim ho hayom ish kol hayashar ba'anan.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Thank you so much. For our sixth Aliyah, we invite up our new Torah reader, Karen, and we invite up Simon, your brothers, Asher and Reuben. And Simon, we're going to ask you to come up here as well. I think they all need a little bit of moral support.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen.
We're skipping ahead here in our Torah portion.
כי יהיה בך אביון מאחד אחיך באחד שאריך בארצך, אשר אדוני אלוהיך נתן לך, לא תאמץ את לבבך ולא תקפוץ את ידך מאחיך האביון, כי פתוח תפתח את ידך, ידך לו, והאבט תאביתנו, די מחסורו אשר יחסור לו, הישמר לך פן יהיו דבר עם לבבך, באליה לאמור, קרבה שנת השיבה, שנת השמטה, הרבה עיניו באחיך האביון, ולא תיתן לו וקרא אליך, אל יהיה והיה בך חטא.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, נותן התורה.
Amen. We now invite up Steve and Julie to offer our next aliyah. Reuben is going to be taking the place of our Torah reader. Delilah, why don't you come up as well? You're going to have to do this soon enough anyways.
Baruch Adonai Habarach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Habarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
נתון תיתן לו ולא ירא לבבך ותיתך לו. כי בגלל הדבר הזה יברכך אדוני אלוהיך בכל מעשיך ובכל משלח ידיך. כי לא יחדל אביון מקרב הארץ, על כן אנוכי מצווך לאמור. פתוח תפתח את ידיך לאחיך לענייך. לאביונך בארצך, כי ימכר לך אחיך, או העברי או העברייה, ועבדיך 6 שנים, ובשנה השביעית תשלחנו חפשי מעמיך.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'hayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Before we read our final Torah portion, we are going to take a pause in our service to offer a prayer for healing, a Misha Berach. With the strength that we are receiving from this moment, from family and friends reading Torah, we pause and we think about those friends and family members in our lives and in our community who are in need of healing, a healing of the mind, a healing of the body, or a healing of the soul. If you are thinking of somebody at this moment that we want to just add a little extra healing for on this Shabbat, we please ask you to share their name out loud with our community.
Rabbi Morley Feinstein, Sandy Levy, Alex Lang.
For the names that we've said out loud and for the names that we say in our hearts, we pause in our service and offer this prayer for healing.
We're going to do one other thing before we turn to our final Torah reading. And that is that there may be those of you sitting here who actually have never been up close to a Torah before. Wonder what it is that's going on up here. Have sat perhaps in a bar mitzvah or two and have never had a chance to see the Torah. Is there anybody here like that? We would invite you to come up here for a moment, and we'll tell you a little bit about Torah. You can see a little bit about what Simon's been doing here. You're welcome. Here, come gather around. Come so you can see. You're welcome.
I love how the shy ones come last.
It's always like the next bar mitzvah that's in the front row. The Torah is a completely organic document. Everything about a Torah comes from nature, from God's creation. So there is this stuff that the Torah is written on, which is parchment. Do you know parchment? What is this? Do you know what this is written on? It's a kosher animal skin. Exactly right. And all the elements, the ink itself is created from all sorts of natural elements. Written by a scribe. This is a beautifully written, it's a fairly new Torah. Beautifully written, easy to read from. All sorts of natural elements, including sometimes a little bit of honey to make it sort of stick. I'm not going to lick it and find out, but that's what I hear. So the Torah itself, the words itself, what you have here are actually a bunch of consonants. They're all strung together. There's no punctuation. If you look close, you'll see there's no punctuation. There are no vowels. So this makes it an incredible challenge to read Torah. Imagine reading a book in English that had no punctuation and no vowels, just a bunch of consonants. Could you do it? I bet you, you probably could most of the time because you know English so well. But every once in a while, you would run across a word and go, I'm not exactly sure what that word is. For instance, if I gave you the consonants STR, what words could that be? Store.
Stare.
Stare. Two different kinds of stare, actually. Steer. Oh, as in baby sitter. Sitter. No one's ever come up with that before. That's good. Oh, that's good. Yes. Huh? Okay.
Sitar.
Star.
No, sitar, the instrument.
Oh, sitar. Wow. That's excellent. You guys are good. So it could be all of those things. So the only way we would know actually what the word is by context. By the words around it, you might be able to figure out what it was. But sometimes even then, the rabbis often play a fun game where they say, well, if it had this vowels, it would be this, and make the sentence this. Or if it had this vowels, it would be this, and make the sentence something completely different. So one of the great challenges of reading Torah and understanding Torah is just that, having to learn. Simon has spent a great deal of time learning and studying and understanding what the vowels are and how it all fits together so that he could beautifully chant it for us this morning. So I want to thank you all for coming up and seeing a little bit of Torah and hearing a little bit more about it. We're going to invite you to come back to your seats as we now invite up Simon for our Simon. Come on up.
Ya Amod, Ya Amod, Ya Amod. Shimon ben Yaakov ve'Yael bar ha-mitzvah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Vehi tishalheinu, hafshi me'ima, lo tishalheinu rekam, ha'anek ta'anik, lo mitzonecha, umigarnecha, umikvecha, asher berachacha, Adonai Elohecha, titem lo, vezecharta, ki aved hayita be'eretz Mitzrayim, ve'yivtecha Adonai Elohecha, al kein Anohi metzavecha, et hadavar hazeh hayom. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet v'hayei olam, nota b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
We're now going to ask everyone to rise in a moment. Yeah? Good. We're now going to ask everyone to rise as we lift the Torah for all to see. And I'm asking Ruben to help me out here because we're at the very end of the Torah and it is heavy for one person to lift.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. לי 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 לי
Please be seated. Before we turn to the Haftarah, we're going to turn to Simon's siblings who have some very important words to share with him. So, guys, Simon, why don't you come on up here? Come on up. Which order are we going in?
Reuben, Asher, Delilah. I think we were doing oldest first. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Simon, you did an amazing job today. Shoo-in for third best in our family. So far, we all know that Delilah is going to be the best. No, I'm kidding. You did amazing. When you were born, you changed our world. A third sibling and another brother. What a joy to be able to watch you grow up and truly remember what you looked like in diapers. I will always reminisce on times when you were for sure shorter than me. Those days are definitely numbered. The other day you exclaimed, looking at a picture of yourself from about 3 or 4 years ago, that you were so glad you got out of your awkward phase. A little brotherly advice. You're very much still in your awkward phase, but embrace your awkwardness and don't shy away from it. You're a highly intelligent, thoughtful, and kind ball of anxiety. As a slightly less intelligent and short ball of anxiety, I have some words of advice. Let yourself go sometimes. Try to breathe and enjoy the moment. Some of my most amazing experiences have come from letting myself enjoy rather than letting my worries take over, or at least fake it until you make it. Focus on the good moments and try not to dwell on the bad. Above all, just enjoy every moment of this time in your life. Take your soccer career as far as you want it. Pursue your passions to the fullest. Trust your intuition and seek help when you need it. And know that the family, all of us, will always be behind you, supporting you in every way possible. Mazal tov, Simon, I love you.
One second. So, Simon, I've been saying recently that you can thank me for you being born because I told my parents that I really wanted a little brother and sister. So, You're welcome for that. But for real, you have added so much to our lives ever since you were born, from making us leave restaurants when we were little, or when you were little, and from constantly kicking the soccer ball around the house. You are a constant source of light. You are one of the funniest people I've ever met, and I'm really, really glad we became close this summer, because I really feel like we bonded in a way that we haven't before. You are such a funny, kind, intelligent, and sometimes annoying person. We love you. I continue to be impressed with you every single day, with your diversity of activities, from musical theater to soccer to everything else, to school. And I know you're going to do such great things in life. I can't wait to see you grow, and I'll be there for you every single step of the way. I love you, Simon.
Ever since I was born, everyone tells me that I was born for a friend for you, Simon. And if that is really true, then they totally succeeded. From the day I was born, we have been best friends, and we still are best friends, putting aside all our bickering and annoyances. One year in school, you wrote me a letter telling me how much you loved me. So this is like my letter back to you. Simon, I love you so much. You are always there for me and have never left me out of your sight unless you know I'm in good hands. You are sometimes a little overprotective, but that is one of the millions of reasons why I love you so much. You are kind, caring, generous, sweet, and super cool. Whenever I'm away from you, I think about you the whole time. Not only are you kind, funny, and caring, but you're also smart, talented, and very athletic. Oh, and how could I forget you almost have your six-pack, because you remind me every second. You also thrive at theater, singing, and, well, sorry, Simon, you know I can't say dancing. And although you have your weaknesses, you always keep your head up high and do what you love. That is one of the millions of reasons why I love you. Now, just a few hypothetical questions. Have you picked a job in family yet? Egyptian wrestler? Cookie dough? I love you so much, Simon. Congratulations on being a big boy now. I hope you have and have had an amazing weekend.
She's funny.
So Simon, one of the joys of being here today is that I can honestly stand beside you and say, I'm one of the few people here who's known 5 generations of your family. That goes back to deep roots in Texas and to your family's history there. It's really an honor, therefore, to talk about your Haftarah today, but to talk about your Haftarah because you really embody it. The very first words are probably a hint to the poet Emma Lazarus, who wrote about the need for America to open herself wide to refugees and to people who were coming here. And those words are placed at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty. And at the very beginning, she uses Isaiah's words, storm-tossed, uncomforted, to talk about the journey that's so difficult, and the goal, which was to make this unbelievable hope in a land. And she teaches us something in her words that echoes Isaiah, and that's that when you fulfill the words of social justice, you make the world a better place. It's that simple. And we do that by learning Torah and by following the words of the Torah. And that's why Isaiah says, and what you're going to be teaching us in just a minute, that when all your children are learned of Adonai, great shall be the peace of your children. So that when we learn Torah and act on it, it really can bring us peace. So, Simon, we're very honored by what you read today because we know that it's not just a bunch of Hebrew words, but they're words that you live by. And for that, we're very proud.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar binvim tovim v'ratzah v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'b'nviei ha'emet v'tzedek.
Amen.
Aniya so'ara lo nuhama hine anohi marbit bafu kavanaik visatik basapirim vesamti kadehod shimsotayik usarayik le'avne ekda vekol gevule le'avne hefetz vekol banayik limude Adonai verav shalom banayik. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sur kol haolamim sadik bekol hadarot ha'el hane'eman ha'omer ve'osei hamdaber u'makayim shekol divra ve'emet v'tzedek al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al ha'inviim ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu Likadusha v'limenuha lechavod u'latifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anaknu modim lach u'mavarahim otak yitbarak shimcha befi kol hai tamid le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha'shabbat.
Amen. Back in your prayer books now on page 256, we return the Torah to the Ark. As we do so, we'd like to invite Dylan, Justin, Delilah, and Theo to join us on the bima to open the Ark for us. And we'll ask that you please rise.
Delilah's got the Torah.
Delilah's got the Torah.
God's a presence in the room, not so much a being as a feeling. God resides within, appearing one minute and disappearing the next. God's presence appears when met with a beautiful landscape or a majestic animal, reminding you of God's creations. God's presence is felt at special occasions and life cycle events. God is an everlasting presence. God always being present reminds me of my responsibilities as a Jewish adult. I must do my part for not just the Jewish community, but the whole world. I can't think of it as someone else will clean up the trash, or someone else will help him. I have to take action and not just sit idly by. I must also be a good role model for the next generation of Jewish adults and teach them about the importance of doing things for the community and for the Jewish religion. I'm thankful for my parents for being such good role models. They taught me how to be a good person, they made sacrifices for me, and they put up with me throughout the years. I'm thankful for Ruben for always laughing at me and for being my role model in life and in soccer. I'm thankful for Asher because he always makes me laugh and sometimes cry, and for teaching me how to be organized and how to stay on top of my schoolwork. I'm thankful for Delilah for being my best friend and partner in crime. I'm thankful for Gigi and Joji for always doing nice things for me and being amazing grandparents. I'm thankful for Grandpapa and Grandma Leah, though neither of them are here today, for always supporting me and being proud of me. I'm thankful for all of my extended family, and I'm thankful for all the people at University Synagogue who helped me get to this point today. In the future, I'm hopeful for many things. I'm hopeful that I can take my soccer career as far as I desire. I'm hopeful that I live a long and happy life. Hope the world can regain peace and the pursuit of knowledge is never lost. Lastly, I'm hopeful that the Jewish community is not discriminated against, and that all religions can practice freely, and that all cultures are welcome everywhere. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Olam Shehianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Amen.
כי לקח טוב נתתי לכם, תורתי אל תעזובו. עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה, ותומכיה מאושר. דרכיה דרכי נועם, וכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובו. חדש חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו כקדם.
You may be seated.
We'd like to invite Seth Weisberg to has a couple special presentations for you.
Simon, I've had the privilege of knowing you since you were a toddler, and it is therefore my honor on behalf of the Board of Trustees of University Synagogue to present you with this Bar Mitzvah certificate, also with this $250 gift certificate that you can use towards a trip to Israel, and with this book, Israel Matters. It's really an honor and a privilege. Mazel tov.
Thank you. Thank you.
That
Wait,
was my
come
fault.
back,
You
come
have
back.
to come back. Sorry.
Come back. You don't have to do anything. Just stand here. Here we go. How are you feeling?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You should be feeling great. We're all so proud of you and what you have done and accomplished. Look at me for a sec. I have to say a couple things to you. You know, you've performed a lot of mitzvot, right, in preparing for this day. But you performed a really, really important one today, which is welcoming the stranger, which would be me, into your midst and allowing me and to be here to celebrate with you today. And I am so grateful for the opportunity to be here, to be able to celebrate with you and with your family. And I want to thank you because you made this really easy. My first bar mitzvah at University Synagogue, you made it really easy because you were so easy to be with and around, and you have just really kind of helped guide me through this process as much as I've guided you, so thank you for that. We shared this together, so I will remember that always. So your Torah portion begins with the word re'eh, which means to look, right? To pay attention. It's equivalent to the word shema, which also means to listen and pay attention, but it has that same force to it, that sense of looking and paying attention. And that is what becoming a bar mitzvah is all about. It is looking around and paying attention. You have already done that. You know, becoming a bar mitzvah is not so much what happens today, it's what happens in the process of getting here. And you, as Rabbi Simon said, went to Sacramento and spoke about justice, spoke truth to power. You look out at the world with eyes that look out at the world with compassion and understanding and care and sensitivity, wanting to make the world a better place. That is what really being an adult member of the Jewish community is all about. It is about being Torah. It is about looking out at the world and seeing the places where we can teach Torah, the places where we can bring a little light into the darkness and make the world better. And you, Simon, do that. You do that sometimes just by your presence. You have an energy about you. When it's hard to be around you and not smile and feel good just being around you. So that's a wonderful, wonderful quality to have. And your portion, which you mentioned, talks about false idols, right? And we have to look and pay attention to that, about that as well. Those false idols are things that call us to say, hey, pay attention to me and worship me instead of what's really important. Things like money, things like possessions, things like stuff in general that asks us to pay attention to it and make it our God. But what we're asked to do is to look at the bigger picture, the things that we really can't see or touch, but we know that they're there, things like love and blessing and care for the world. And you have been an example to us, both today and in your preparations for today, of what that's all about, of paying attention to the bigger ideas, the bigger things that are important for us to take care of. You are a caring, sensitive, incredibly articulate young man. And I know you want to do the best for the world, and you have done the best for all of us today. I'm so exceptionally proud to have been here to stand on the bema with you. So we are now going to do something for you, offer you a blessing. And so we are going to go in front of the ark, first with Cantor Shapiro, who has some words to share with you, and then we're going to surround you with clergy and bless you in just a moment. As we approach the ark, ask that you please rise. God bless you, Simon, and always watch over you.
May the light of God shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
Shalom.
May Adonai lift up the divine countenance upon you, Simon, and grant you always the choicest of all God's blessings, the blessing of peace.
So you remain standing and turn in your prayer books to page 582. No, sorry. What number is that? Not page. Not 582.
282.
582 is in another prayer book. 282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
If you remain standing and turn to page 294. We conclude our worship with words of remembrance, words of Kaddish, words which, as many of you know, contain no words of mourning, but rather are filled with words of celebration, words of sanctification of life. And they're a reminder to us that the best way we can remember those who we love is by living our own lives to the fullest, by looking out, re'eh, around the world, at the world around us, and being a source of blessing, and in that way sanctifying life. And so as we each remember our own loved ones, we remember especially those who were so precious to Simon, to his family, Roy Shapira, Joseph and Elaine Westheimer. Of them and of all our loved ones, we say, Zichronam Livracha. May their memories be always for blessing. We'll join together on page 294.
Yes. Leah Bank. Can you add Leah Bank?
And Leo Bank? Leah and Leah Bank. Yit Gadal. Yit Gadal, V'yit Kadash, Shmei Rabbah. Please join with me. Ve'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'vizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yit barach v'yish tabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit romam v'yit naseh. V'yit adar v'yit alev v'yit halal shmei dekudsha brichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all the bereaved among us. And we say,
Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. What are we doing?
We're going to join with the family down below, so we'll ask you all to come. Simon is going to lead us in Kiddush and Motzi. Yeah. So Simon, I'm going to ask you to lift up that beautiful Kos Kiddush, which is a gift for you from the congregation, which you can take home with you afterwards, and to lead us in the Saturday morning Kiddush. That's the short one.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
You can share that with your parents.
Share that. And as we share in the challah, we are reminded by that blessing to share in our lives together, to give thanks for our lives together, and to always share our blessings with those whose lives we touch. So place your hand on the challah. Everybody link up to the challah. So if you touch the challah or someone who's touching the challah, and we'll join together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'tei avon. I'm going to ask you all to rise, and we're going to finish our time this morning here together with words of peace. And in Hebrew, the word shalom, that means peace, also means wholeness. So we hope that that today is a day that feels perfectly whole for you and that sustains you throughout the week to come. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'yimeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'yimeru
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom. Mazel tov.